Good morning, my beautiful Barca babies. It's a wonderful day here on the Undefeated channel. We've got a Barcelona win to discuss. We're going to be going over the good, the bad, the Barca from Barcelona's 2-0 win over Cadiz in La Liga. We are back to 8 points clear of Real Madrid, sitting top of the table. So again, we'll be doing a full match overview of Barcelona over Cadiz. We're going to have a little bit of caffeine. We're going to have some good conversation. We're going to get our week started in a positive way. If you want to be part of the conversation, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We are here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday covering live Barcelona news. It is your chance to connect with your fellow culés from around the world. Meet some people that you never would have had the opportunity to meet. All right, here on this channel, we support the badge. We support each other. With that out of the way, let's kick things off the right way, my friends.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuning in to the undefeated Mustache John.
All right. Good morning. As I said, we turn off the intro so we don't make any mistakes on a Monday, and we jump right in to Barcelona 2-0 over Cadiz. Goals from Sergio Roberto, goals from Robert Lewandowski. Amazing performance, top to bottom, really. Loved what I saw from a rotational Barca team. This was not our go-to starting 11. From injuries and some rotations because of our match coming up against United, Xavi going with a different starting 11 and getting the results done. We had 16 shots, 5 on target compared to Cadiz, who had 14 and 4. 66% of the possession goes to the Blaugrana with 597 passes compared to Cadiz with only 306. 90% passing accuracy. That's incredible, folks. Love what I'm seeing from Barcelona there. That is one of those signs, one of those key stats that I like to point out, the passing accuracy. We rarely dip below 85%, but a lot of times we're up around 87%. And even though that's incredibly high, all right, that's more than most teams are going to have. When you're below 89 or 90%, it's one of those little details to me that indicates that Barcelona is not clicking on all cylinders. We're not hitting our full stride. But here you see that 90%. And even though it's not against the most formidable opponent, I get it. It's Cadiz. No Busi, no Dembele, no Pedri. And we're still playing well. We're still doing Blaugrana football with that passing accuracy. We had 5 corners compared to Cadiz's 6. And like I said, we are sitting at the top of the table. 59 points with 22 matches played. A great run from Xavi's boys here. Real Madrid sitting in second. Sociedad a very distant third. Just ahead of Atletico Madrid sitting in fourth. So Barcelona sitting pretty in La Liga. Feeling good. Another win. We will be getting into the good, the bad, the Barca in just a few moments. We'll be talking about specifically what was good about the match, what was bad about the match, and there was a couple of things, not a lot, but we'll discuss that. We'll talk about what was Barca, meaning what represented the badge during this match, and then we will give out the mustache man of the match. All right, we're going to get to that in just a few moments. Like I said, before we get there, I want to turn to the chat. I want to say my hellos, see who's hanging out with us, say what's up to the Stash Squad here. All right, again, if you want to be part of the Stash Squad, all you got to do is subscribe to the channel. Come hang out with us and participate in the chat. All right, again, we are here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday covering Barcelona news. We're here for the Barcelona matches doing live commentary. It is the best live commentary outside of Ray Hudson that you are going to find covering Barcelona. All right, you get that all here on the Undefeated channel, a chance to connect with your fellow culés. And the theme, as always, along with staying undefeated, is that we support the badge, we support each other. All right, my friends. So again, good morning. Welcome to you all. Drop a like while we get the conversation going. And if you're watching over on TikTok, I appreciate you. I think there's something going on again. Hang on. So yesterday and now apparently again today, when I go live on TikTok, after a few minutes, there's 0 viewers, which I'm not saying that that's impossible, but I'm saying just based off of the numbers that I typically get, that's usually not a thing. So you got to ask, what is going on? So yesterday, 3-4 times, I stopped the stream, I restarted the stream, and still the same thing. I ended up closing out the app, doing a full like background shutdown, clearing out the cache, as they say. And then it finally worked. I'm gonna do that again here. Clear cache. Zoop. And then we'll jump back in and see if that works. And then I'm gonna turn to the chat and talk to you all. Because I'm excited about that win. No, we don't need to watch TikTok videos. We're gonna go live. Boom. Okay. Nope. Live. There we go. All right. Anyway, get a little bit of coffee going. That's nice. That's real nice. Okay, let's see who we got hanging out here. I know we got Harry, one of our regulars here, holding it down with the Stash Squad. Kyle Cash, how we doing, sir? Good to see you. I miss you already, Kyle. Come back. For those of you that weren't here yesterday, I didn't catch the details of the weekend. Kyle Cash and his wonderful partner, Caitlin, come down hanging out with us for the weekend. Breakfast turned into a full weekend. So lovely surprise. And here we are back on to the virtual meetings here on Wake Up in Barca. So we'll get you back here again soon. Ayush is also in the house with us. Ayush, you're up next. We've had a few of the Stash Squads come through Cincinnati now. You're up next, Ayush. Let's see who else we got in here. We got Winston. We got Shihan. Hello, hello. Fabrice, of course. Fabrice, I love the commitment and the, or not the commitment, I should say, the time and energy that you're putting into the comments for the replays. I do appreciate it. Clearly, I need a little bit of coffee, folks. My brain just did like a full halt where it was just like, let's forget all the words. I just went, and then we'll just pause. We'll take a sip of coffee. There we go. That's a little bit better, right? That's a little bit of coffee, a little bit of water. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. All right, we'll put that down there. We'll just put that down there. What if I just did the rest of the show like this, huh? What if we just went ahead and slid right in to the American Kool Ace, and we just did a full show just like this with me, Mustache John, the Americoole. I don't think I could do it. Maybe I could. Maybe not a whole show. Maybe. I don't know. The Americoole. I think that needs to be its own channel. I need to have, no, not its own channel. That'll just be a segment on here at some point in time. The Americoole. Anyway, Civil Pro talking about Ferran being on fire. Absolutely. Big boy doing big things. And you know what? I want to alter ego. That's the move. There we go. The Americoole. I need to have a cowboy hat. That's what we need. Okay. I need a cowboy hat and like a Barcelona bandana. So that I can throw that on with the bandana and I just become Mustache John, the Americoole. No nonsense football. I'm here for the tiki and the taka. I support the Blaugrana through thick and thin, through hell and high waters. I don't care if there's a tornado coming through here. Ain't nothing going to scare me away from wearing these Blaugrana colors. Nailed it. Gene, how we doing, sir? I appreciate it. It says, I love your content. I watch every video of yours. Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. That's fine. I hear you, Gene. To each their own. I'm not telling anybody that they should be gambling themselves. I'm just taking you along the ride for what I'm doing. So this is an adult doing an adult thing. I hear you, and I always appreciate the feedback. But Barca bets are going to continue because I have fun with it, and I gamble responsibly. So appreciate the feedback, my man. But Barca bets will continue. SWS, thank you, sir. I appreciate you very much. Who else we got in the chat? Was I missing anybody? Barath is in here. Hello. Says too many options on the right wing for Barca right now. Very true. And I actually wanted to talk about that, but it is part of what I want to get to in the good, the bad, the Barca. So let me actually go ahead and turn things over to exactly that. The good, the bad, the Barca from Barcelona 2-0 over Cadiz. This was a big win for Barcelona. I like what I saw in this one. I really do. So if we talk about specifically what was good about the match, got a few things. We always start with the results. 3 points. We are back to 8 points ahead of Real Madrid, top of the table, sitting pretty. I don't think Barcelona are going to be looking back. All right, particularly if we maintain that 8-point lead into the El Clasico coming up on March 19th. Come on now. Come on now. I don't think we're going to have any problems. I think we take care of Real Madrid. We get an 11-point lead. Smooth sailing. We can start turning some of our focus to Copa del Rey, Supercopa, Europa League. If we get past Manchester United, all right? I'm not saying that's a guarantee. We'll be talking about that on Wednesday's episode of Wake Up in Barca, okay? So subscribe, turn on notifications, all those good things. Come hang out Wednesday for that conversation, all right? So good we got the 3 points. Good that Lewandowski broke his 6-match home scoreless streak. Don't know if you knew that was going on, but he had gone 6 matches without scoring at the Camp Nou in front of the home crowd. So thankfully, Lewandowski ends that streak. He finds the back of the net just before halftime to put Barcelona up 2-0. So good to see that from Lewandowski. Again, clean sheet. Ter Stegen, big boy doing big things. In fact, I think I have... Yes, I do. This is a tweet shared from Barca Buzz here. Barcelona have kept 17 clean sheets in the Liga this season, the most by any team after their first 22 games of the season, surpassing Deportiva La Coruña in 93-94 with 16. So there you go. Record-setting match for Barcelona. Another clean sheet. They're doing big things. I love it. You love it. It's great to see it. Ter Stegen, new hair, new attitude, the trusty Ter Stegen between the posts. But, got to give special recognition to this guy, Eric Garcia. Getting a rare start, comes up big, played well. Shout out to Christensen. I'll talk about him more in a little bit here. But I want to call out that Eric Garcia, somebody who has been surpassed by Araujo, Koundé, Christensen, Alonso as well. We're seeing Garcia drop on the depth chart, but he gets an opportunity here, and he takes it. Clean sheet, well played, the passing, the positioning. It's everything you could ask for from Garcia. He gets the good box. Well done to Garcia. That's what was good about the match. Let me take a sip of coffee here. And let's turn and discuss what was bad about the match. There wasn't a lot, but a couple of things. With the emergence now, and I'll say, let me pump the brakes. This is one match, okay? One match that I'm talking about here. But with the performance from FERRAN TORRES, what we're looking at now is that we have 3 right wingers and nobody who can take up the spot on that left wing. We have 3 players, FERRAN TORRES, Dembele, and raphinha, who can all play on the left, but they prefer the right. And they play significantly better football attacking from the right side. I know. For those of you that haven't played, particularly if you haven't played as a forward or a winger, you might think, what is the difference? The goal's in the middle. What's the difference? It makes a big difference. I don't know why. Something about being a human being and the way you're perceiving the game, maybe which foot that you're dribbling on, your balance, your muscle memory, whatever it is, okay? So Barcelona are right now in a case where we have Ferran, raphinha, and Dembele, that are all going to be battling for the right wing position. Now, let me pause because I'm talking about what's bad about this match, and I'm going to continue on that for a second. But let me just frame this for a moment. This is a good problem to have. Okay, Dembele is at the end of this year going to have 1 year left on his contract, which means we will have FERRAN TORRES and raphinha as bargaining chips. So that Dembele, if he wants to stay, will have to sign a reasonable contract. If not, we will sell him before we enter next season. Okay, so it's good. It's good. That's good. Getting back to what's bad, though, is that we don't really have a left wing. We sell Memphis. The players that I just mentioned, raphinha, Dembele, FERRAN TORRES all prefer the right side. And now we are seeing consistently that Ansu Fati, why can't I say words? Take another drink of coffee, John. Take a breath. Maybe take another one. Okay, calm down. Sorry. Ansu Fati. Ansu Fati. Now, a few performances in a row showing that he's not really up to snuff. Again, I am not a sell Ansu type of guy. That's not where my head is. That's not where I think we're going with this. I think Ansu stays with us. Whatever happens the rest of this season, I think Ansu stays with us through the summer and he gets another shot come next year. Ansu Fati, for whatever reason, doesn't have that same freeness that we were seeing. That same spark, that same joy, we'll say, that we used to see. Even with coming back from the other injuries, when Ansu would return, you would see an elated Ansu Fati. You would see a fun, creative Ansu Fati. But that's not the Ansu Fati that we have right now. We have a frustrated Ansu Fati. We have a stiff Ansu Fati. We have an unproductive Ansu Fati. Okay, so I am not putting him in the bad box for this one performance overall. He's getting in the bad box because this was one of now many performances where he's not coming with the right mentality. He's not coming with that undefeated mindset. We got to get a change from Ansu Fati. And at this point, the physios are saying that he's healthy, he's fit, he can go. So that's why I'm saying I think it's in his head. Ansu Fati needs to shake it off, needs to move past these injuries, get back to the Ansu Fati that we know and love. Again, I'm not a sell Ansu this summer type of guy. That's not me, all right? Ansu Fati stays. He works himself out. He gives us an option on that left wing. Because I'll tell you what, he played left wing, he played striker, couldn't find his place, couldn't get involved in the match. All right. So again, yes to this match, but more for the trend that we're seeing now. Ansu Fati's got to get in the box. Oof, okay. Shake that off, folks. Shake that off, because this was a win. This was 2 points. We saw some positive things here. All right, so let's talk about what was Barca, meaning what represented the badge. I mentioned one of them already, Christensen. Candidate for mustache man of the match early on. Slowed down a bit in the second half, but first half, absolute monster. Not letting Cadiz breathe, not letting him out of the half. Christensen was everywhere. He's becoming a staple in the back for Barcelona. And this time playing alongside Garcia, playing alongside Koundé at right back. It's a little bit different than what he's used to, having the pairing be Araujo and Koundé. All right. So Christensen, big boy doing big things. Loving what I'm seeing from him. But we got to give special recognition. My man, Sergi Roberto. All right. You know him. You love him. He goes away for months, sometimes years at a time, but he pops up at the right moment. All right. La Remontada, if you recall, back in 2017, my goodness, 5 years ago now, 6 years ago now. It's 2023, 6 years ago now. All right. Sergio Roberto is just the guy that steps up and does what you need him to do. Fills many positions, and in a match where there's no Sergio, there's no Pedri, he comes up big. He gets a goal. He gets an assist. Carries Barcelona at times. I'll say at times, all right? There's not a whole lot of legs left under Sergio Roberto, but he does what he needs to do, okay? Stepped up, represented the badge. Sergio Roberto, very unselfish. That's how I describe him. Unselfish player. We could talk about Sergio Roberto quite a bit, all right? But he gets the Barca box for his performance against Cadiz. Then you know what's coming. The mustache man of the match goes to FERRAN Torres. I don't think this is his first, but I'm also not saying that it is not his first mustache man of the match. It might be. If I kept a tracker, which I don't, I'd go back and look. He hasn't gotten up here a lot, okay? FERRAN Torres is another one of those players that, until this match, was in the same breath spoken with Ansu Fati about who's going to be sold this summer, okay? And I'm one of those guys that started losing patience. This match brought me back. FERRAN Torres against Cadiz showed us why we need to have more patience, showed us why we need to not be so quick to say Ferran out, okay? I'm not saying that every match now Ferran Torres is going to come and dribble past 10 defenders like we saw against Cadiz, all right? And let's also take all this with a grain of salt that it is Cadiz, okay? It's not a Real Madrid, it's not an Atletico Madrid, it's not one of those top clubs that are going to be competing for a trophy or competing in Europe, all right? So just take all that with a grain of salt. But Ferran Torres showed us who Ferran Torres can be, especially on that right wing. Again, we're going to debate Raphinha, Dembele, Ferran Torres. Who should it be? But Ferran showed a new level on the ball dribbling that we had not seen from Ferran Torres. Bar none. We've seen some goals. We've seen some assists. But we had not really seen him with that give me the ball and watch what I do with it attitude. All right? Ferran Torres, big boy doing big things. Gets the mustache man of the match. Excellent performance. And I think we also have some stats. Yes, we do here. Yes, we do. Again, from Barca Buzz, driving the statistics on this one. Shout out to Barca Buzz. Appreciate you. Ferran Torres completed 10 dribbles versus Cadiz, the most by a player in La Liga this season. Big boy doing big things. Created 5 chances, 1 big one, the most in the game. He won 18 of 24 duels, the most in the game, and he also had 6 ball recoveries and 1 tackle. Absolutely incredible performance. Look at that man. Look at the joy. Look at the passion. All right? He hasn't given up. So let's make sure we are supporting Ferran Torres. Again, just like Raphinha, just like Dembele, you're going to see Ferran Torres have a dip in performance. All right? Not every match is going to be like this. So just keep that in mind. Let's be patient. Let's look at what he does for the next couple of months. For me, I think Ferran is going to stay. I think Ansu is going to stay another year. All right, but we'll talk about that all over the next few months. All right, I digress. Got a little bit off track there. The good goes to Eric Garcia. The bad is Ansu Fati. Roberto gets the Barca box, and Ferran Torres for his excellent performance. Excellent performance. Got robbed of an assist, actually. Lewandowski had his header cleared off the line. Otherwise, that would have been one of the goals of the year for Barcelona. But Ferran Torres, mustache man of the match. So, that wraps up the good, the bad, the Barca. Let me know your thoughts. I'm going to turn to the chat. I'm going to keep the conversation going. But if you're watching on replay, let me know down in the comments. What did I get right? What did I get wrong? What would you change? Give me your thoughts. The good, the bad, the Barca. 2-0 win. What do we think, folks? Lore, how we doing? Sahil is with us. Alex, hello, hello. Nishit has joined the party. Welcome, my friends. I'll get caught up in the chat in just 1 second. If you're watching over on TikTok, hello and welcome. Whistle Vivaldi says, 1 good run and we're forgetting a year of garbage. Here's the thing. There is a bias against Ferran Torres because while you could say it's a year of garbage, if you go and look at the stats, he's still like 3rd in terms of overall production for goals and assists. So you got to just take that with a grain of salt. I have said it's 1 match. It's against Cadiz. So I'm not saying we bless him as right wing. Let's sell Dembele and sell Raphinha and just move on. I'm not saying any of those things. All right. So let's take it all with a grain of salt, but excellent performance. Top match. You got to give him credit. We'll be talking about United on Wednesday. I know everybody's very excited about that. I know everyone wants to talk about lineups, talk about predictions. I have some ideas for United, so we'll get to that a bit later on Wednesday. That's when we'll be doing the full match preview, I should say. Apollo the Reaper, hello, sir. Winston saying, give Pablo Torre a chance. I've seen some shouts for that. It's a possibility. Ovi, good morning to you. Sahil says, I want to keep Ansu in the Rashford position a few months ago and then see at the end of the season. I do agree that we need to give Ansu until the end of the season. Give him a summer break. Bring him back and see what Ansu we get. Because I think right now, and I think some people were shouting it out in the chat as well, right now I think it's a mental thing with Ansu Fati. I think he just needs to get out of his head, actually. And so I think he needs to just ride out the rest of the season, get a summer break, come back refreshed, give us the Ansu Fati that we know and love, that enjoys football, that plays with passion and creativity and flair. We see it. We see it here and there. We see flashes, but we're not getting it consistently. You're not seeing the Ansu Fati that we know we can get. So, again, ride it out for the rest of the season, get a good summer break, come back being full Ansu Fati. That's what I'm thinking we do. I think that's the plan, folks. All right. Sheehan says, seeing how Christensen performed, it still frustrates me how he didn't start against United. It was a bit of a surprise to see Alonso get the start, but I also think Xavi maybe wanted to give us a little bit of an out, a little bit of an excuse going with Alonso and Jordi Alba, knowing that if we went with our full blast starting 11 and we don't get the results we want, how that might sort of slow our momentum and our growth a little bit. Because I'm still not convinced that Xavi is fully focused on Europa League. I still think there's a strong possibility that that's going to be our third priority, even if we do get past United. I'm thinking La Liga, I'm thinking Copa del Rey, then Europa League. But again, if we don't get past United, doesn't even matter. Doesn't matter at all. Not at all. What else we got going on here? Should raphinha be used as a super sub versus United? A good shout, maybe. I have different ideas. I think Barcelona should go with a 3-back formation against United. That's all that I'm going to say for now. We're going to talk about that on Wednesday. All right. Wednesday will be a full match preview. We'll talk about lineups. We'll go over predictions, and I will give you what I think Xavi should do, which is a 3-back formation. And I'll give you the rest of that. We'll talk about everything else and more on Wednesday's episode of Wake Up in Barca. So again, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on notifications. Drop a like before you go. TikTokers, if you want the full experience, swipe over to my profile, click the link in the bio. That'll get you over to the Undefeated channel where these fine folks are. All right, so again, I hope you all have a wonderful day. I hope this was a good start to your week. Go out there and do good things, positive interactions, high fives and hugs for whoever wants them. I love you all very much. I'll see you Wednesday for a full match preview. Manchester United, Barcelona, Leg 2 of Europa League. I'll see you then, my friends. Thank you so much for tuning in and taking a ride. Mwah.